What if I told you you don't need 2 or 3 weeks to visit Europe? We only had 1 week of leave from Qatar, and somehow we managed to visit Budapest, Salzburg, Hallstatt, Vienna, and even stayed with my sister in Pécs. Here's exactly how we did it and everything we'd change if we did it again. Can we visit 2 countries, explore 5 cities, and still enjoy the journey without feeling completely rushed? We had one goal: maximize every single day. We landed at 7 a.m., but instead of staying, we immediately caught another train. After arriving in Salzburg the evening before, we grabbed dinner and called it a night. We wanted to rest because the next day was going to be one of the most exciting days of our trip. We started the morning with breakfast before heading straight to the train station.
And my dad is here too. Amma, good morning. How are you? How was your
Morning,
sleep?
watching basketball.
Today's destination? Hallstatt, a village so beautiful that many people call it the most picturesque town in Austria. Before heading to Hallstatt, we grabbed breakfast at this small cafe owned by a Hungarian lady. The burgers were absolutely delicious, and with a view like this, we couldn't have asked for a better start to the morning. Once we arrived at Hallstatt station, we boarded a small ferry that takes visitors across Lake Hallstatt. After spending the morning exploring Hallstatt, we hopped back onto the ferry, caught our train to Salzburg, and made one final stop for a well-deserved late lunch. How's the food?
So good.
What did you get?
I got a spaghetti carbonara with Parmesan cheese and turkey.
And you, what did you get? You guys get?
Yes.
Morning, day 2, and we're gonna have a tour.
What's the time?
The time right now is 7:34. We have another 26 minutes to be exact, waiting for our
What's
bus
with this hair?
so that we go on the route.
After a quick breakfast, it was finally time for one of the experiences we had been looking forward to the most. At exactly 8 a.m., the 7 of us joined a private Sound of Music singing tour through Salzburg. Instead of simply visiting the filming locations, we explored the city while singing along to the songs that made this movie a timeless classic.
I know I will hear what I've heard before.
This is the back of the Fontrap Villa. The front of the Fontrap Villa is at a different location, which we'll get to.
Next, we visited the Abbey, the real convent where Maria began her journey before becoming part of the Von Trapp family.
It's more beautiful to shoot on the other side.
Okay.
Maybe if we have time, we'll run by there.
Right.
Also,
This historic abbey is still an active convent today, making it one of the most authentic stops on the entire tour.
climb every mountain, search high and low, follow every byway, every path you know.
Then came one of the most recognizable locations, the famous gazebo, where one of the film's unforgettable musical moments was brought to life.
Rhyme pick packages tied up with strings, you know.
We ended the tour at the beautiful Mirabell Gardens, where the lively Do Re Mi scene was filmed. Walking through the same paths made it feel like we had stepped right into the movie. Even if you're not the biggest Sound of Music fan, this tour offers a completely different way to experience Salzburg. Sharing it with our family and having a private tour just for the 7 of us made the morning feel even more personal and unforgettable. With the tour over, there wasn't much time to slow down. Our next train was waiting, and it was time to continue our journey to Vienna. After an unforgettable morning in Salzburg, we were once again on the move, ready to discover another side of Austria. After days of constantly moving from one city to another, we finally arrived in Vienna. This would be our home for just one night, enough time to recharge before continuing the adventure. We dropped our bags, freshened up, and headed straight back outside. One thing I immediately noticed about Vienna was how easy it was to get around. We hopped on one of the city's iconic trams, and honestly, riding through the streets felt like an experience on its own. Instead of rushing from one tourist attraction to another, we decided to slow down and simply wander. Sometimes the best way to experience a city is to let it surprise you. After all that walking, it was finally time for brunch. One thing we quickly learned during this trip, calories don't count when you're walking 20,000 steps a day. And of course, no European city is complete without good ice cream. Vienna wasn't the busiest stop on our itinerary, but it became the perfect reminder that not every moment of travel needs to be planned. Sometimes slowing down is exactly what makes the journey memorable.
What is he doing?
So right now we are headed to tram to go and first have some breakfast, and then we are headed to Pécs in Hungary for our next destination stop to explore, and then back home.
Some Subways.
So I got a chicken tandoori on a cheese oregano bread.
And got some Starbucks drink.
And I got an iced caramel protein latte.
Everything was going perfectly until it wasn't. We missed one of our trains. At first, we thought it would completely ruin the rest of our itinerary. But sometimes unexpected detours become the best part of our trip. Since we had a few unexpected hours in Budapest, we decided to make the most of it. First stop, food. Then we stumbled across a frozen yogurt shop where you could build your own cup. Needless to say, we may have gotten a little carried away. With full stomachs and a little extra time in Budapest we never planned for, it was finally time to continue our journey to Pécs. After a long day of trains and an unexpected stop in Budapest, we finally made it to Pécs. From the station, we booked a Bolt and headed to our home for the next 2 days. Before exploring the city, we stopped by one of the universities in Pécs. It was nice to see what the campus and the surrounding neighborhood were like. After all the traveling, we were more than ready for a proper meal. And because it was surprisingly warm that day, I treated myself to one of the best strawberry matchas I've had all trip. Of course, there was still room for desserts. One of my favorite things about Pécs was how relaxed everything felt. Compared to the bigger cities we visited, life here moved at a slower pace, making it the perfect place to simply walk around and enjoy the atmosphere.
2020. We are right now in front of a cathedral,
Okay.
which is
How many apostles in there?
the 12 apostles.
Okay.
It's a very huge area, and
Right.
on the left and on the right
Okay.
are the buildings that are part of this cathedral. It's a very huge complex inside. There's also a miniature version right in front of the
Right.
cathedral that can be seen.
Mm-hmm.
So if you'd like to come here and want to visit this place,
Cool.
please do come.
One thing that surprised me was how long the days were. Even around 8 p.m., the sun was still high enough to keep the streets full of life. Summer evenings in Europe just feel different. After an unforgettable journey across Austria and Hungary, we found ourselves back where it all began. Budapest. For our last night in the city, we checked into Amberlin Suite Hotel, and it honestly felt like the perfect place to end the trip. With 3 bedrooms, beautiful marble bathrooms, a full kitchen, and even a washing machine, it felt less like a hotel and more like a home away from home.
This is our balcony.
This is so cool. Get the
Oh,
sun
at
tanning and
night.
stuff.
You don't need no tan. But we can just catch them.
It's so sick.
There was still enough time to explore the city one last time, and so we spent the afternoon wandering through the heart of Budapest. Of course, before leaving Hungary, we had to try one more local meal. My family ordered the famous Hungarian goulash, while I was already thinking about dessert. As the sun slowly began to set over Budapest, we took our time walking through the city one last time. The next morning wasn't about sightseeing anymore. It was about making the most of our final few hours. Before heading to the airport, we couldn't leave without one final brunch overlooking the Danube River. After brunch, it was finally time to head toward the airport. We checked into Abbey's Budapest Airport Hotel for one last night. Exactly what we needed before an early flight. One thing we loved was the complimentary coffee available 24 hours a day.
Ay, whoa, look at that.
And from our window, we could already see tomorrow's journey waiting for us. Looking back, staying next to the airport turned out to be one of the best decisions we made. After breakfast, it was just a short walk, and suddenly our Europe adventure had come to an end.